And then this is going to be done in the 4.5 hours. So starting from today up until Friday. So we're going to be busy with the following worksheet. And then it has, all in all, it has 7 activities. So we're supposed to do all 7 activities there. So we have 2 examples. Now, let's just remind each other to say what are some of the strategies that we're going to employ. I said to you, remember, we have the following strategies. We're going to fill in the given information. Okay? And then from there, we're going to use basic trigonometry from our exterior angle, corresponding angles. And then we are also going to consider using reduction formula. Now, for example, if I have 180 minus x is going to be written as sine x. Okay? If I have cos 90 plus x is going to be written as minus. Remember, if it's cos, if it's cos 90, it changes. Instead of cos, it's going to become what? Sine. And if it's a sine, instead of having a sine here, you're going to have what? A cos. Because of 90, 180 can only reduce again. But this one, it reduces and what? And changes. Okay. Now, we're still going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to be going through this mind map. We're going to check if it's a right angle triangle. If it's a right angle triangle, then we're going to be using trig ratios. If it's not a right angle triangle, we're going to be using our cos rule. By now, we know our cos rule again. So we have the sine rule, we have the cos rule, and then we also have what then? The area rule. So what is the difference from what we've been doing and now? Is that before we were given numerical values, they will tell you this one here is 27. This one here is 30, and then they will tell you this one is 12. But now, the ones that we're going to be doing from now, we are going to be dealing with variables. So it's given, like if it's like we are given an angle. So we're given an angle and a sine. It's just what they're given as what? As variables. So if you look at the following here, the first question says we should write down what is going to be this angle here, angle D. Okay? Now they're asking what is going to be angle D. And then angle D, they say which in terms of beta and theta. So this angle here, you shouldn't just write it, you should write it in terms of beta and what and theta. Now, how do I get D? How would you get D if it was you? Here's what I know. If I say D plus beta plus theta, they're going to give me what? 180 degrees. Why are they going to give me 180 degrees? It's because they are what there? They are angles. There are sum of angles in a triangle. There are sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, sharp. Now, it makes D to be what then? Let's check which it makes D to be what. Agree, I can add this to, if I add this to, what are they going to give me? They're going to give me beta plus theta. I can make them to be one thing. And then this is D. If I take this whole thing to this other side here, it's going to give me what? It says which D is going to be written as 180 degrees. Minus open bracket. This thing here, I put it inside the bracket. I can't add them because they're not like terms. So what am I going to have? I am going to have 180 minus beta plus theta, like this. So I can come and write this angle here. Okay, I know what is this angle now. This angle here is going to be 180 degrees minus open bracket beta plus theta. Now, another learner can say, Marase, what if I take this one to this other side and take this one to this other side? It really doesn't matter. We are still going to have 180 degrees minus beta minus theta. But now, if you take out a negative out as common, negative out is common. If you take out a negative out as common, this one, it was negative, it's going to become what here? It's B. It's beta. This one here, it's negative. If you take it out, it's going to become what? Plus theta. So preferable, we want you to write it this way. If you have 2 angles, you add those angles, you put them under one bracket. If it's still confusing for you, here's what you can do something like this. You can say, okay, let's let beta plus theta. Let's let theta plus beta to be equaling to K. Let's let this to be equaling to beta. Theta plus beta to be equaling to K, meaning which this angle here, I will tell them which it can be written as 180 degrees minus K instead of writing this. I agree it's confusing for you. But if it's like this, you can see it because why do we need this? We need this based on what we spoke about. It's a reducing angle, this thing. If it's a reducing angle, it means which it can be reduced because I have 180 minus. Can you see that? If it's 180 minus, then it can be reduced. Now, 180 can only reduce. Okay? It cannot reduce and change, it only reduces. So Is it fine how I wrote this angle here? Again, it's going to be written as 180. Now, we are saying you can write it this way here, but we discourage you to do it that way. This is the proper way to write it, so that you can see which this is something that can be reduced. It's 180 degrees minus, or you could have said, let this to be x so that you will see it. Instead of this, you put x, then you have 180 degrees minus x. And then they will give you 1 mark for doing something like that. Are we still together? So we should be able to write the angles that are missing in terms of the variables which are given. So if they gave me with this one here, it's beta, and then they gave me with this one here, it's 90. I should be able to determine the missing angle in terms of whatever I have inside that triangle. So what is going to be this thing is 180 minus beta plus theta. Okay, we get 1 mark for that. Okay, what else should we do now? They say which we should show which BC. So we are calculating. In other words, they're saying calculate BC. So my question of you'll see they're going to say show which BC can be written this way. Actually, there are no numerical values here. Because there are no numerical values, they will say calculate BC. But instead of saying calculate BC, like they will say which show which BC is going to be given this way. So what are we looking for, Tina? We're looking for BC here. If we're looking for BC, and then they say BC should look like this, it should have a sign, it should also have a sign again. And then if it should have a sign and a sign, it means I need to use the sign rule. It's clear. So how did we use the sign rule? Okay, this one is going to go with this one, like this again. And then what else do I have? I also have the sign of beta again. Sign of beta is this one here, it's going to go with this one. And obviously, this one I don't know, so I can't use that one. Even if there's theta, I can't use that one because now I don't know this one, but this one I know it as what? As x. Okay, let's go and write this thing here. We want BC. So if we put this according to sign rule, we're going to say this one here is small letter d again. What is this? Small letter b again. What is this here? Small letter c. Okay, then if we have that, now we're looking for d again. So I'm going to tell them which is d all over the sign of capital letter D again. It's going to be equaling to, we use b again because we don't know what is c. So we say which is b all over the what then? The sign of b. Okay, but we know what is d again. What is d? It's BC again. So we'll tell them with, okay, this is going to be BC. Now, what is this? We have the sign of, what is d? They already asked us to find d. You see this one again. What is d? What is d? It's 180 degrees minus theta plus beta. Close bracket again. Okay, let's put the equal sign there. Okay, now we know what is p. What is p? Let's come and check as a variable. It's x again, all over. What is the sign of p? We have the sign, and then we come and check which what is this angle here. What is this angle here? It's beta. So you come and write with it. This is going to be beta here. Now, 180 minus 180 can reduce again. And then we're talking about sine. 180 minus is in the second quadrant. What can you say about sine in the second quadrant? It's positive again. Then it says which BC is going to be equaling to the sine of theta plus beta, which is going to be equaling to x all over the sine of what? Of beta. We want BC, Tina. Again, when they wanted BC here. Do you see that again? Since they wanted you to get BC, what is going to be BC? You'll tell them what BC is going to be given as this one comes here again. So you have x multiplied by the sine of theta plus beta all over the sine of what? Of beta. Let's check with you whatever it is that they said which we should show them. There's x again. There's x again. The sine of theta plus beta, the sine of beta plus theta again. And then there's also what? The sine of beta. And then for you to do something like this, they will also give you 3 marks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do the following as an activity now. Let's do activity number 1.